Hey, first grade friends, how are you today? I'm happy to see you and I'm excited to do some more reading work with you. We have really been talking about the lessons that we learn in books and how we can compare and contrast books. Today, readers, I was thinking about how it's probably been a while since you've been to a bookstore, but if you remember, when you go there, you can walk in, and if you have a certain kind of book in mind that you want to get, you can go right to that section in the store. Like if you're really interested in space, you can go right to the section or right to a table that says space adventures, and you can probably find some nonfiction texts about space and then also fictional books about characters that go on space adventures. Or if you like books on animals, you can go to the section on Animal Friends. It could have books with nonfiction topics about animals or even adventures like the ones we've been reading with animal characters in them. Today, readers, I want to teach you that when you compare books, categories begin to form. You start to realize that books teach similar lessons, and you can think, how are these lessons the same, to group the books together. I have a stack of books here that I know you're familiar with because we've read most of them together, or they're on the first grade YouTube page. And we can do this kind of thinking with these books to compare them, thinking about what categories each story might fit in. So I made some categories up here. I was thinking a lot of books have a lesson about being kind. And I have a category because we've read a lot of these kinds of books. Friends are always there for each other. I was thinking we learn a lot of lessons about trying your best, never give up, be honest, it's the best policy, and teamwork makes the job go smoothly. I'm sure as you've come up with lessons in your books, you've had some of these similar thoughts. So if we were to take a peek at upstairs, or do this kind of thinking with upstairs mouse and downstairs mole, what do you think we could, which group or which category would we put upstairs mouse and downstairs mole in? I agree. Teamwork makes the job go smoothly. And Frog and Toad are friends? What do you think? Ooh, friends are always there for each other. Iris and Walter? You could never give up, maybe? Friends are always there for each other? We think that's probably the same category as Frog and Toad are friends? What about George and Martha? One more time in the stories here. Yeah, I like that. Friends are always there for each other, or teamwork makes the job go smoothly? Could probably go in either group, couldn't it? Mr. Putter and Tabby drop the ball. Yeah, I like that. Thinking never give up, or maybe even try your best. We'll put it there. And you know this one, have you filled a bucket? Right, I think that should go into the group of be kind. So let me just show you that. We've got them grouped in these ways. And we could do this with a lot more books. Books about school, books about friends, following the rules. That could be Iris and Walter. You could do this with so many books, readers. And believe it or not, readers do this kind of comparing and grouping all the time. What happens is that the stories you read fall into baskets in your brains. You start making categories in your mind. Today, I'm going to challenge you to reread some of the books that you have and think about, where would this book go? What category would this fall into? And you can put those books in that are similar together. And you can stack them maybe, or maybe if you don't have books in your hands at home because you've been doing a lot on Storia or online, you could just make a label or a post-it and then write down the names of the book that would go in that category. You know, readers, if you're not rereading, as you read new books, you can think, where might this book go? And a lot of the time, you, just like we noticed here, you might be able to put books into more than one category, and you can think, ooh, where else might this go? So today, I want us to do that thinking as we read the story Ish. What category might this fall into by Peter H. Reynolds? Yesterday, we took a look at this and did some predicting about what we thought the lesson might be, or 2 days ago, I think we did it actually. So now let's see if those predictions were right, or if we need to change them, or maybe just revise it. And then after, we'll think about which category this might go in. Ramon loved to draw. Anytime, anything, anywhere. One day, Ramon was drawing a vase of flowers. His brother Leon leaned over his shoulder. Leon burst out laughing. "What is that?" he asked. Thinking that too, not very nice. Ramon could not even answer. He just crumpled up the drawing and threw it across the room. Leon's laughter haunted Ramon. He kept trying to make his drawings look right, but they never did. After many months and many crumpled sheets of paper, Ramon put his pencil down. "I'm done." Marisol, his sister, was watching him. "What do you want?" he snapped. "I was watching you draw," she said. Ramon sneered. "I'm not drawing. Go away." Marisol ran away, but not before picking up a crumpled piece of paper. "Hey, come back here with that." Ramon raced after Marisol, up the hall and into her room. He was about to yell, but fell silent when he saw his sister's walls. He stared at the crumpled gallery. "This is one of my favorites," Marisol said, pointing. "That was supposed to be a vase of flowers," Ramon said, "but it doesn't look like one." "Well, it's vase-ish," she exclaimed. "Vase-ish?" Ramon looked closer. Then he studied all the drawings on Marisol's wall and began to see them in a whole new way. "They do look ish," he said. Ramon felt light and energized. Thinking ishly allowed his ideas to flow freely. He began to draw what he felt, loose lines, quickly springing out without worry. Ramon once again drew and drew the world around him. Making an ish drawing felt wonderful. He filled his journals, tree-ish, house-ish, boat-ish, afternoon-ish, fish-ish, and sun-ish. Ramon realized he could draw ish feelings too. Peace-ish, silly-ish, excited-ish. His ish art inspired ish writing. He wasn't sure if he was writing poems, but he knew they were poem-ish. This one says ponder. Pond, ponder, dream yonder. Pond, pond, yond, yond. Gleam, wander. Ramon. One spring morning, Ramon had a wonderful feeling. It was a feeling that even ish words and ish drawings could not capture. He decided not to capture it. Instead, he simply savored it. And Ramon lived ishly after. What were you thinking, readers? What do you think the lesson of this story is, or what category could it go in? Never give up. You're right. That could be. I'm trying to think what I predicted or what we predicted last time. I think we might have said never give up. So yeah, it could go here, couldn't it? Or maybe even try your best. Yeah, I agree. It could probably fit in both. If I had a little shelf here right in the middle, I could put it right in the middle here. So readers, before I say goodbye and send you off to read today, to do some of this thinking, and after you read, I challenge you in the learning plans to sort your books similar to what I did here, but if you can't, that's okay. But I just want to remind you that as we're finishing up this unit, in fact, we only have one more day, think about those goals you set for yourselves and check in with yourself in those goals. Remember, readers, that when you set goals, it's to push yourself to work a little bit stronger or a little bit harder. And you can think about whether you met your goal, and if you did, maybe take the sticky note off or cross it off. If you didn't, keep it there and keep working on it. But even if we don't have setting goals in our lessons, you can do this anytime for yourself. You can always set a goal for yourself and work a little bit harder and a little bit stronger. Happy reading today, first grade friends. Bye.